Says we're live. What's up, Tom? How you doing, buddy?
Good morning.
How you doing, buddy? So, I got some coals heating up. They're taking their good old sweet time. I think my tote right here is what I keep the charcoal in the shed over here. I think it's maybe leaking, letting moisture in, because those are just taking a bit longer than normal. Could be just me, my impatience.
I think that's what it is.
Could be because
I keep mine in the bag. I don't even have mine in the tote, and it has absolutely no bearing on the coals getting ready in time.
Maybe it's just me. Probably is. But good morning, sir.
Good
How
morning.
are you?
All right.
So today we broke out the Temu grill again, which I don't mind. I don't mind it at all. I've done nothing with it this week because lazy. But it sat on the kitchen counter, the kitchen table, just like it did from Sunday. So I haven't done anything with it. Brought it out. You've got something you were going to do this morning.
Yeah, we talked about doing something turkey related. So I had this in the freezer. Butterball, turkey breast, tenderloins, rotisserie style seasoned. So they're already marinated. And we're just going to pop that open and throw that on the grill.
I've cooked those a few times on the show or on the channel. Cub really likes those.
Yeah, we do too. And we get all the different flavors. And this is the way we cook them at home. I stick them on my rotisserie that's in my air fryer. And we just stick those on the rotisserie. We put those in the rotisserie for 35-40 minutes, and they come out perfect. They taste really good.
Yeah, I usually grill mine, and I don't have any trouble with them. But so I also, you see two things up here: the grill, and then you see this Dutch oven. This little oven, it's a Lodge number 8. I talked about it a couple weeks ago. I bought it at the thrift store. Well, I guess it's a consignment shop. And it had a different lid on it. It had a regular dome lid that Lodge is known for. The difference was Lodge, written up on top here, is pronounced on the dome lid, which the modern ones, they're indented. They're recessed. So I don't know what the difference is or what year Lodge stopped doing that. But anyway, long story, means nothing. I wanted a camp lid for it because I do plan on tripoding it. I do plan on using it in the garage, and I do have plans on using this a little more than I do Gloria, which is my other 10-inch oven. The difference is not. But I wanted this one for this reason, so I could do it outside and stuff without having to carry an extra piece like a ring set on top of the lid, like a coal ring. I just didn't want to carry extra pieces. So anyway, that's what that is. So what I have inside it, just a red trivet. Going to sit in the bottom. I've got a little dollar store pie pan, cake pan, whatever it is, that I'm going to put biscuits in. If you Google a standard tube of instant biscuit or pre-made biscuits should fit into a 10-inch oven. So this will fit right in there. So I'm going to try to cook biscuits to go with our turkey. And then I also, because I knew Tom was going to be here, turkey spam. We're going to grill up turkey spam. I like spam. I just had Korean barbecue spam.
I haven't tasted that one yet.
We got a whole bunch of them that one time and sampled a whole bunch of them. Wasn't that one of them? It was kind of like a maple flavor.
If it was, I don't remember it.
Okay.
But I know I haven't bought one. All those different flavors I buy, the Korean barbecue was one that I didn't buy. But we tested a whole bunch of different flavors, so that it's very possible that wasn't. I just don't
remember. We had that one, but anyway, I had it in the pantry, and I was going to use it for like a stir fry or something, and I just never did. Would be good to pull out the wok and throw that in there with, but that's a whole nother video. Johnny Maggs, what's going on, buddy? Charlie, what's going on? So we're gonna run some turkey spam. So we got that.
That would be good on a biscuit.
These biscuits, though, this is what got me. These biscuits are sweet Hawaiian. I have never had these sweet Hawaiian biscuits. They are Pillsbury, so we're gonna really do that. At least it's not pumpkin spice spam. You're right, and I did a video. I sent Honey Badger a picture of it a while back when I did it, where I did make my own pumpkin spice. I made 2 ingredient biscuits and threw pumpkin spice in there, and then I did slice up spam and roll it in the pumpkin spice, and then put it in my skillet and heated it up. Was not the best.
So will you do it again?
For the video and for a video, I would. The biscuits, I didn't get the pumpkin spice flavor, so I might have to add a little bit of sugar in it or some sort of sweetness to it to make it more like a pie spice, like a pie. But it wasn't that great. No pickle spice spam. Whoa, I haven't tried a pickle spice. Is that a thing?
It is
what would you consider pickle spice? Like for canning? Like pickle spice for canning?
That's what I would think.
Okay. So
Cut
right?
a bunch of spam fries, drop them in the jar, pickle spice, can it up, make you spam pickle spice spam.
Oh, like sweet pickle juice soaked spam. I would think the spam would fall apart. I don't think it would hold if you sliced it, because it's packed in water and it would just absorb and fall apart. It would be mush. You'd have to turn into like a a hash. How come no pickle spice spam? Well, Charlie, I mean, you got me thinking. So it could happen. Just checking our coal situation here. That's a little warm. That's a little warm. Let's put this back. Because, partly, majority. As I set the whole place ablaze. Slide them around now. I need to put some out here on my lid to get it preheating. There we go. I'm just going to set this back here. There's still some in there, because I'll need more later. Madwood, what's going on? So they have Thanksgiving soda and Thanksgiving spam. I have not tried. I take it back. I haven't even seen the soda. I saw the cup of noodles. We talked about that the other day. The ramen, or it's top ramen, isn't it?
I don't.
It doesn't matter.
It's one of them, same thing.
Because I had said
the turkey dinner one, I thought it tasted fine. It just tasted like stuffing, like stovetop stuffing.
Okay.
but the
but in a
the
spam
pie,
form.
right? But the I thought it tasted fine.
So I had saw those, and I'd remembered, and these little bugs are all over.
There's gnats everywhere for some reason today.
Gnats and those palmetto bugs, those stink bugs. But anyway, I'd seen those those two, and I remembered when I got the s'mores and the there was another one, and the girls absolutely hated them, and I thought, well, we could do a taste test, but Cub's going to be very mad, and she won't try them. Pay would be kind of upset if I got them, and plus she wasn't coming home for a while, so we were kind of like, eh. So I decided against it. What's up, Terry? How you doing, buddy? So we're getting things preheated. Shouldn't take too long. But I also brought out, because I've been working with this company for, well, just about a year. Just about a year. Within like a week or so, I think I got my first. I got the piece. I got this piece about a year ago. It's a Chefstemp. We're gonna use it on the turkey breast, just because I don't ever use the Chefstemp on here unless it's the instant read. And the instant reads are fantastic. I love them. Chefstemp's been very kind. Pickled beer, yeah. They've been very good to me. They just sent me. I just got a care package last night. Some new product. So I'll be showing that off. But I became a brand ambassador for them, and I just haven't done anything with, like, as far as the live shows with them, because mostly it's grilling. So I want to just see a cooker in the background. Y'all want to see some action. So that's kind of what we're doing here. So you might want to leave one hole, so like not butterfly one, so we can stick this in there.
Yeah, I just butterfly them because they cook faster.
Yeah. But to use this, you butterfly it.
Yeah, there's nothing to stick it into.
You'll get off readings. And I think if you go to Chefstemp, there is a special going on. I did see Uncle Steve's got a special going on.
Yeah, $40 for what, 13 pack or something?
Yeah, which is awesome. There you go. Which is awesome. And I reshared his post, but I forgot to add the link. So Uncle Steve graciously posted his link, and then I went back and fixed it because I just assume everybody's got Uncle Steve on the app, and that's what they do. Because I have the Uncle Steve app, and I can just go to there, and it takes me straight there, and we're good to go. The trash bin is right there.
Right there.
Yep. Trying to keep things organized somewhat for you. So let's see. Pickle beers. Jameson with the pickleback is fantastic. I've never drank Jameson. When I was drinking, that's several years ago. But when I got into hard liquors, it was Captain Morgan's until the wife said we were going to get divorced. So then I put that away. I wasn't a big Jim and Jack fan. Really didn't like Johnny Walker. Like the cinnamon whiskeys and stuff like that, I grew out of those. Yeah, I wasn't a big tequila fan.
Me either. I got so sick off of that in college, man. Well, the smell of tequila, even lime, turns my stomach now. I cannot stand it.
Yeah, I love like rums, coconut rum, spiced rum. Captain Morgan's was my favorite, and then the wife said absolutely no more. We're getting divorced, so I put that off. And then Kenny Chesney came out with his, and the black bottle, the spiced coconut rum, was fantastic.
I've never had that one. Only coconut rum I ever had was Malibu.
Yeah, this stuff's good. Well, it was then. He's since come out with more flavors. But anyway, I don't use it. I was going to stop and get some Fireball for some pumpkin pies, but I decided to do biscuits instead to go with our turkey stuff. What's up with Black Friday starting a week or two early? It says Friday in the name. I know, Charlie. They do it because they don't. I think they do it for two reasons. One, they want people to shop in the store because then they think they're getting extra deals on Black Friday that aren't in the flyers or whatever. And I think it's a way to get people out because so many don't do it.
Right.
Or there's if you remember the old when they used to have the limited supply and people would fight, and it used to be gnarly. I remember going when the wife and I were newly married, so early 2000s, and it was gnarly. Fighting, people knocking people over. If you had a cart, you weren't moving for 10 minutes. Like it was, you couldn't go 5 feet because it was so packed.
Right.
And as soon as like they would cut the wrapping open on the pallet, vultures, man. And then they'd come away and there'd be nothing. The pallet would be gone. It was crazy. Not sure on a pickle rum. I don't know. A pickle rum. That one sounds kind of interesting. Different. So we got the Chefstemp in. It's reading 34 degrees. My set point is 167, but I just haven't changed it. That's all. I can go on the app and change it, but I'm using my phone. So, kind of a bummer that I'm not able to show you the app while it's running because I'm kind of doing this and that. But I guess I could do it on that tablet because I'm not really doing anything with it.
I can download the app real quick on my phone.
But then I got to log in.
Oh.
So, one thing I did notice is if you have two devices that are logged into the same setup, then only one reads. So you can't have two of them going at the same time. Or from what I've noticed, I haven't tried it in a while because they've done different firmware updates.
With all of mine at the house, there's no logging in. You just connect the app to Bluetooth, whatever, and it's there. You adjust your settings. I don't have to log into anything. I don't have a fancy one like you do.
Yeah. Well, and I got it because they evidently like the content that I do, and so it's kind of neat because you log in and you can track all your cooks if you want to. It shows you a graph of, so you can see the cook if there's any trouble, whatever. I'm not that analytical anymore. Where I want to, or analytical is not the right word. I'm not that anal anymore. Like I don't want to know exactly what happened and see where I opened the lid and what happened, and I guess I understand the cooker and the cook, like how it's supposed to work more now than what I did then, to where I don't use that. But some people really like that, and it's fantastic. There's a lot of this stuff that is very fancy. Parts of it that I don't use, which is fine. And you know what? I left the pan inside that. So that's probably warm enough because we're going to start cooking. We're going to start. So I've got a tripod or a trivet over here. I just cannot speak today. As you guys know, words and I don't get along very well. So, anyway, so we got the biscuits. Where were we at? Never been to a Black Friday sale.
I've been to one, and that was whenever Teresa and I had just gotten married, and her mother was handicapped. She had lost a leg due to diabetes. She was in a wheelchair. I mean, she did nothing but sit at home and watch TV. And her TV, went out. And it was right at Christmas time, and she wanted a new TV for Christmas. And we went to Walmart for the Black Friday sale because they've always got the big TVs on sale. And back then, it was a 45-inch TV, which was huge back then. Because we're talking, 30 years ago, 25. And we went to Walmart Black Friday to get her a TV. And that's the only time I've ever been on a Black Friday sale, on actual Friday.
We've been a couple times. My wife and the girls, they love it, man. They get into it. They, like a lot of times the Black Fridays now, we'll do, the shops will do, if you come in the first so many, get an extra gift or whatever. And that's what they really like. They like the time to hang out. They like to go get coffee. They enjoy all that. So Cub actually was, her job was trying to schedule her Black Friday, and she said, nope, not happening. And they said, well, why? What's so big? What's the big deal? And she goes, Mom and I do this every year. I'm not missing it. Okay, so Google might have been wrong.
Well, you also got bigger biscuits than normal.
I did get the grams, so we'll push them in here. Can I squeeze in one more? Maybe a tight one. Yeah, I can get one more in there. That's a tight fit.
Yeah, I think if you got the regular biscuits, regular size ones, it probably would have been okay.
Well, and now that I'm looking at this, I think I Googled cinnamon rolls and not biscuits.
And the cinnamon rolls are smaller, unless you get the grand cinnamon roll.
Yep. So anyway, let's do that. Put that in there. Like that. I got to get my coals from back there. Oh, I brought some Parquet, some spray butter, because, one, it's what I had, easy access to, and I got to use it.
The spray butter is delicious.
I was with
especially on corn on the cob from a boil.
I was with we went to we did a boil with a couple, and their family had never had spray butter. Which, you almost think that's kind of sacrilege, ain't it? But and they loved it. But they were also a little more hoity-toity than the old redneck fella right here. These are pretty burnt down. That's why I'm kind of putting more on than what I should. I just want to heat the bottom up. There we go. Put that like that. This back over here. There we go. Now we're cooking.
I just put a couple of those splits of smoking wood on here, get some flavor going onto these breasts.
Yeah, I was gonna do some wood splits from the pile, but the pile,
That's mostly pine though, ain't it?
it's pine. There's some Japanese maple, so it's not really cooking wood.
Right.
It's fine for Dutch oven because it doesn't get into the food.
Yep.
But for the sportsman's grill or the little griddle, it wouldn't be ideal. Now, we did do a small split when we had the griddle on there, but that was okay because it was adding BTUs and the smoke went out and around and didn't really get on the food. If that makes sense. So, also really, in reality, editing videos is a job. I just be paid in a thermometer as cash. Yeah, that was kind of what I've done mostly. Let's see. I want my thermometer to tell me the temperature is going up and down, not being touched. Yeah, majority of what I use it for is like this. Throwing it in this. I do like where I can set up the tablet and have it just set up all the time with that screen up, and I'm walking around, I'm doing dishes, I'm doing, pillow farting out in the garage, doing other things, and I can just look at it and go instead of having to, walk out there. Like if you have to leave, we've had the spontaneous, hey, I need a ride, and I was able to, across town, pull it up on my phone and watch the cook while I'm across town. So that's kind of cool. There's this stuff called money. Make sure you don't order yourself a new cast iron on Black Friday. Honey Badger, what I did do is, so Cub doesn't know, and she's probably not watching this, so that's okay. The new holiday skillet, like those little round ones, I have gotten her one. I missed the first year, and that's the only one I don't have, or that she doesn't have. So
which one was it? I bought her one because she didn't have it. Was that? I thought
that might have been that.
I thought that's because y'all were talking about that, and I found it on eBay, and I bought it for Christmas.
Yeah,
I think it was either last year or the year before.
Okay, so then maybe
I think she's got the whole collection now.
So there was one that she didn't have, and I think that's the one you got her then. And so I ordered the new one. I think it's 2 candy canes crossed, but that one came in, and I ordered the lid for this Dutch oven. The Dutch oven I sent you a picture of and asked you about. I ordered this lid, it's camp lid, for this tin, so I could do this kind of stuff. That's called bartending. I'm not ready to hear about the new money is abstract for bartending. Hey, great channel, just subbed. Hey, Charlie Baker 9290. Oh man, Pickles Barbecue is here, the best. I wonder who that guy is. So okay, I'm all caught up on the comments. Personalities finally spread. So that was that cast iron did come, and so I'm putting it to use right away. This Dutch oven, I did get it stripped down live tank for about 2 weeks because I forgot about it, and then got it reseasoned with cast iron cure, by the way, and I was going to put the ring on the lid that came with it, the dome lid, but I went with the new camp lid because it just came in.
Yeah, I'm not seeing no readings on this. How's it?
Right there it is. So what happens is you can run 4 different thermometers off of it. Well, 3 different thermometers off of it. Off this one tower. So if you hit this button, it cycles through.
Okay.
And there's a green, there'll be a red or a blue, and they tell you the battery life on it. And if you hit that button, yeah, the screen lights up, but then it also changes to the other probe.
Okay.
Fortunately, unfortunately, I've only got one probe hooked up to this, so it's not going to read anything else. That's why I gave you the dashes. But we're at 120 right now. So when you need to want to look, just hit that.
Gotcha.
Just hit the power button, just a quick tap, and it'll work. So we're at 122 right now. So it's coming up pretty good. So now there's a Pickles and a Charlie out there for us. Yeah. Hey. And I am blessed to have both of them in my chat. Let's see. Oh, so speaking of new cast iron, we went to Home Goods. You know, y'all probably know the story. Your wives are probably all really big into it.
That's like a TJ Maxx or something, ain't it?
Something like that, just a little bit bigger. Wife and Cub are big fans of it.
Where do we have one?
Right there, we're by the Taco Bell on Dave Lyle, where Bob Evans used to be.
Oh, okay.
Back in that plaza, right beside Michael's, where Dick's used to be.
Okay.
Dick's Sporting Goods. Then there was an appliance furniture place. Yeah, they went out and Home Goods went in.
Okay, got it. I did not know that.
But they had Dutch ovens, and they were some off-brand. I don't remember what the one was. They did have the Lodge 7 quart, and they were like $70. Not bad. A little out of my range because I don't need one that I've got plenty of Dutch ovens right now. But they did have small ones, enameled. Smith and I forget the name, Smith and Kraft or something like that. But anyway, they had them. They were $15 for 1 quart Dutch ovens, and I was like, "What?" And so I got a red one to match my Red Lodge. So I've got a red one. I think we're gonna call her Little Red. Cub was not happy with that one, but she's like, "Are you serious? He can be more creative than that." So I don't know. We'll come up with something for it. But yeah, so I did get a little 1 quart enamel Dutch oven, and I was looking at it and I was like, it'd be cool if they had like a really nice green. So I've seen Lodge had a green one, but they had like an aqua teal, and it looked like throw up. It was bad. And then they had a mocha one. It didn't do anything for me. What was the other one? A white one looked pretty sharp, but for actual use, I don't know that. I think white would get dirty bad.
Dirty up.
They had a blue one that looked almost black. It was like a midnight blue. And then they had like an ocean blue, and I didn't like it either. But anyway, what's up with YouTube changing chat IDs? I don't know, buddy. Change things without telling anybody. Yeah. I've heard a lot of people are having trouble with different aspects of YouTube, but I don't know. It's kind of one of those. It's we were talking about Booger last week, how she's calling it quits after how many years? 10 years. I don't know. It seems like a lot of the older ones aren't around anymore. The older ones we used to watch.
I know this is off topic, but a creator that I'm glad decided to call it quits, but came back, was the Outdoor Boys channel.
Oh, yeah.
He came back about a month ago or so.
Okay.
And he's already put out some really intriguing videos. He was in Alaska doing a camp out thing, and came across a dead walrus, because walrus ivory, the tusks and stuff, it's illegal to trade and have.
Yeah.
But if you find a dead carcass, you can save it, take it into the Fish and Wild Game office or whatever, and they get it inspected and tagged so that it's actually legal to have. And he showed him doing that whole process.
Okay.
But he's back now putting on some content.
I thought I saw. Now he went away. Was it because of his kids? Like he's not doing it with his kids, or what?
No, actually, his kids are still back. But wow, those are done already. It looks like.
Yeah, buddy.
But
so you guys see that?
He was
you know what?
Getting tired of being recognized everywhere and had no personal life at all anymore, and so he just stepped away. And he helped one of his sons. He's helped them get his page started already.
Okay.
But he just stepped away, took back just to focus on family and stuff for a while. And he just came back in and got started again.
Nice. I know there's been a couple people that talk about him, and I've watched a couple of his, but I haven't.
But I was watching him back whenever he had his first page, Catfish and Carp, and there was a fishing page, and he always took his kids were little then, and they were fishing with their Scooby-Doo rod, catching little brim and stuff.
Yeah.
But I've always liked him.
Ooh, look at those. Those browned up nice. Now what I'm wondering is if I had enough heat on the bottom. No.
Nope.
Which is okay, because now I have plenty of heat to put on the bottom. In fact, move the coals over. Just grab the coals, because if I dump it over, all the ash will go everywhere. There we go. Teamwork. I don't know about making a dream work, but always important to check your biscuits. I've had them burn one time.
It's just whenever you preheated the Dutch oven,
I didn't put enough on the bottom.
You didn't put, yeah. I didn't see. You didn't have anything on the bottom.
No. Which is okay. So let me take this over, shake it off. One little pile right here. Set that back on there. We're good to go. Good to go. Now I like this. I like these 401 trivets because they get it up higher. It means nothing to anybody else, but for me, I like it because when we're baking, you have that that distance, so it's not the briquette right up on the iron. Let's see.
You have an instant reading box too, so I can check this one.
Yep, I sure do. And imagine that it is a Chefstemp. They sent me one of these first. I've still got it in the house, in the garage. But I really like these ones. They're only like $30. They're very, very, and they're quick. I mean, it's very comparable to the not ThermoPro, the other one.
ThermoPen?
Yes. I don't know if they're that fast, but
the ThermoPens are the ones that I've got at the house.
ThermoWorks is ThermoPen, yeah. Yeah. Seems like they changed a lot of stuff. Been seeing in other channels for the last several weeks. Mine's been doing it for a while. Okay. You can edit your YouTube handle every 2 weeks. Not a big deal. Someone I follow changed their name in the last list of views and notifications. Ooh. I was able to change my channel name out the underscores, which I wasn't able to do before because somebody else had it. But I don't know what the difference is, why I was allowed to, so I don't know if you just search Smoking Bears, if it comes up with all of them, or just like to that guy or to me. I don't know. But cooling down a little bit. The wind's picking up. That's what you're noticing?
Yeah. And this one that I split and butterflied, it should definitely be done by now, but this only got up to 120.
Yep. So, Tom, are you getting the good grill factor here? Let me turn this over let me move this over. And come on, there it goes. So you can see that. Are you liking the grill factor in this? What do you think?
I'm really surprised, considering we really haven't done anything to the top. There's still, I oiled it pretty good before we cooked, but there's no sticking whatsoever. The sludge we were talking about at the beginning, thought there's going to be a lot of residual sludge baked onto this grill top just because of the marinade. That's not even happening. But I'm surprised that nothing is sticking already just by turning and flipping.
And I didn't do anything to it, like I said, all week. So, yeah, I think it's performed pretty good. I know my Lodge, the Sportsman's Grill, I get bad sticking on it. And, it's just, it can be a pain sometimes. But, we're also running a little lower heat, which I think is helping out quite a bit. I found I had a BSR skillet griddle pan that I just put, while I was doing this Dutch oven, I put it in there and seasoned it up just to, give it a little freshen up. And I cooked eggs in it last night and heat up too high, and it stuck like a mug. Oh, it was terrible. Gnats all over the dang place. It was terrible. It was a pain to clean, but I hadn't had one stick like that in a long time.
Kick out of this. Me and Teresa came home from Sam's Club on Friday, on Saturday. I got home, started unloading stuff, putting up. I was turning over, and Tommy, he does pretty much all the dishes. He's at home all day, and that's just one of his chores. He does the dishes. Well, walked into the kitchen, putting stuff on the island, turning around, my number 5 Lodge sitting in the sink. Luckily, it wasn't in a sink full of water, but I told him, I said, Tommy, I called him in there, and I said, why is this in the sink? He said, because it's dirty. And I said, okay. We had to have a little class.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, my wife jokingly said, hey, what do I do with this? Can I put this in the dishwasher? And I was like, babe, no. And she goes, I'm kidding. I know better. Some YouTube channel name and then YouTube handle, which is your chat name. Better link name. Oh, okay. So I was able to change my chat name and not my link name. Okay, that makes sense. I think this test is good. Performance is acceptable. Thanks, Tom. I had to remember that we're on that camera, not this one. That way they could see this, this here. And
which microphone are we on? Laptop?
Laptop. So I brought the laptop out for two reasons. One, because I could, and I didn't think I thought I had too much time to prep. Really, no. But, and so I could see this and not screw up the tablet again when I go to switch camera angles, which I forgot to do the first half of the show. But anyway, Charlie says I give it a 3 banana splits out of 5 for 5 air sirens. What? You're giving me banana splits, but your scale's on air sirens? I don't have any sirens. I do need to hang up my little triangle. I bought years. I've had this thing for years. This is a little triangle.
The dinner bell triangle?
The dinner bell, yeah. I had it in the garage, and I had it hanging in the garage for a while, and the problem became where to put it so it wasn't in the way of the cameras, but yet it was easily accessible, and it just never really panned out. Let me check these. Oh, man, those look good. Man, I can't wait to get into one of them. Well, they're flaky. We're getting there. Not quite.
Not quite there yet.
Oh, I love biscuits. And we were talking about the King's Hawaiian because the girls want, you've heard these things called funeral sandwiches? We've been making them.
They take a load for those, like sweet rolls or whatever.
King's Hawaiian rolls.
Open them up, do ham and turkey and mustard and stuff. Close them up, put them in the oven, put your
you
sauce
got a glaze,
on top.
you got a sauce you put on top and it bakes in. We love these things, and we've been making them for years, usually with leftovers. And so we were at the grocery getting stuff for next week, just some odds and ends, because our kids aren't very they don't want typical holiday stuff. They don't want they like the sweet potato casserole, they like green bean casserole, but they don't like turkey. They don't particularly care for a whole ham. So we got those Tyson made them. They're chicken nuggets, but they're about this big. They're the mega nuggets, but they're shaped turkeys. Sam's Club has them. And so we went and got 2 bags of those because that's what the kids really want. So chicken nuggets, tacos, like they don't want turkey tacos. Oh, no. So anyway, it's all right. But I forgot where I was going. Anyway, I saw these King's Hawaiian, or the sweet roll, sweet Hawaiian, whatever, biscuits. And I was like, I got to try these. How many kids does James have? Uncle Roger, huh? I've only seen that Uncle Roger guy when he did the video with Kent Rollins.
Uncle Roger, that's the Asian guy, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've only seen him when he did those 2 videos with Kent Rollins, and I could learn something from him if I sat down and paid attention, but he triggered my ADD something fierce, and I couldn't watch him. Oh, Honey Badger says I gave my kids a few different skillets. They brought them back rusty for me to clean up. If I knew that, I wouldn't have given them to them. You know, so my oldest one, I had given her, she went to school at Marshall, and I gave her a Buffalo nickel skillet. And she had it maybe a year or two. And I went, we were up there, and I was like, hey, where's this skillet at? You know, I want to make some, make some dinner. And she said, well, here's a problem. And I was like, what? So she showed me, and she had left it somewhere, and water had got in it in the cabinet, or I don't know what all happened, but it had rust on the inside. So I cleaned it up for her and gave it back, and she was like, I'll probably never use it. I was like, well, hang it up on the wall. It's fine, whatever. If you use it, you use it. I don't know whatever happened to it. But I've had a few pieces that I've given away that have come back, and they want them cleaned up. But I do find a lot of people that I've given stuff to that they've not taken care of. They don't want to show me. Like, they're embarrassed to show me that it's messed up. And I'm like, it's fine. I can fix it if you want me to. But I gave away a BSR cornbread skillet, wedge pan. And the 1967 one, the patent pending. And about a year later, I was over at their place, and they were like, hey, yeah, about this. Can you fix this? It's like, what happened? That's one of those pans you don't use a lot.
Right.
But, yeah. So I think I still have that. I don't know if I ever gave it back. But, let's see. Uncle Roger, he dislikes Jamie Oliver and Gordon Ramsay almost as much as I do. Lots of people don't seem to care for turkey. Also, lots of people don't know how to cook a turkey. Correct. And Tom doesn't like turkey. It's un-American. Oh, don't like turkey. It's un-American. Okay. Yes, a lot of people don't know how to cook a turkey right. The funny thing about the cover of the video is right now is a black turkey. And I was talking to a couple fellows the other day, and the one guy said he tried frying a turkey one time, and it got so dry they couldn't eat it. And it was kind of the joke wasn't as dry as the Christmas Vacation turkey. And he said it was close. So when I saw that picture, that meme, I was like, oh, and I sent it to him. I said, how did your turkey end up a meme on Facebook? And he laughed, whatever. Gordon Ramsay's okay. I like him in Hell's Kitchen, which, by the way, Hell's Kitchen right now, if you're on Kindle, their cookbook is $2.99. I just got a thing last night about it. So if you're interested in the Hell's Kitchen cookbook, go on Kindle, and it's $2.99 right now. But the Hell's Kitchen, I like him in. The other stuff, not so much. The Hotel Nightmares, no, I don't like that. That one really scares me. The restaurant one, the Restaurant Nightmares, some of those are okay.
Right. Whenever I'm watching, I forgot the name of the show, but it's about, a guy goes into the restaurant and sits down and orders food, tastes it, and then, observes what's going on, then talks to the staff. What do you see going on? Blah, blah, blah. I can't remember his name, but he's a really big, strong, muscular dude. He looks like a construction worker.
Yeah.
Can't think of his name, but I like watching his show.
Oh, what's that guy's name?
I can't remember.
We're at 167. What is that guy's name? Because there was a big controversy where he's not really a chef. Irvin. Irvin. What's his name? Something Irvin.
Somebody in the chat will enlighten us.
Yeah. It's not Steve Irvine. Hospital patient. Turkey can make you hate turkey. Thank God I've had good turkey before. Yeah. That's true. Never liked rice until I went to an Asian restaurant. We'll get some good glare. Robert Irvine, that's what it is.
This side, I'm going to swap these because the one that's super thick has already reached the 167 or whatever.
Yep.
And this little one here is only at 150. So it must be a lot cooler on this side.
Let's see. Robert Irvine, that's the guy.
I like watching him.
Sometimes, I mean, and what's interesting is I'm seeing it firsthand with Cub and the place she's working at now, where they bought a successful place. It was already up and running. Everything was good. But they carried over the management. And the management was subpar then. And then kids go back to school. So they lose some of their staff, and they got to bring in new ones. Well, the new ones don't really, they're new. So they don't have that same, what I want to say, loyalty to the company.
Right.
And so then, Cub gets in there, and she's like, that's BS, that's BS, that's BS. We got to change that, because she watches all this stuff. She knows what she's doing. And, they've already made some significant changes for the better since she's been there. So, let's see. Yeah, I didn't really like turkey until I started smoking.
Yeah, I much prefer smoked turkey or a fried turkey than I do the oven-baked roasted turkey.
Yep. I've had one fried turkey that I was like, this was really good. Like, this was amazing. And that's the only one that's stood out. I've had many fried turkeys, but that one's the one that stood out. And that was probably my first one. A guy made it back when frying turkeys was just becoming popular, like right before it became real popular. And that would have been like 99, 98, 99, something like that. But once I started smoking turkeys, my wife, her roaster pan, Pay's got it. She doesn't know what she's doing with it, but she's got it. I like the turkey breasts like this, but my favorite part of the whole turkey is the wing, not the drumette, the wing, and the little oyster in the back. Favorite part of the turkey, the rest of it, anybody else can have. It's just not my thing.
My favorite part is the wing and the leg. Only thing I don't like about the leg is all those freaking tendons in there.
Yeah.
It's like yesterday we had our Friendsgiving over at my daughter's in-laws' house, and that's when I got 2 legs, but to sit it there and to pull all those freaking tendons out is a pain. But
Yeah.
That's my favorite part of the meat, though.
Yeah, I don't like the turkey legs. I know someone that finally smoked their turkey, and they said their family hated it. If you over smoke it,
That smoke can get you a bitter, acrid taste.
if you treat the turkey like a pork butt or a brisket where you're putting hickory or, mesquite or oak, that can overdo it. For somebody that's just starting out with smoking a turkey, do it over straight Kingsford briquettes. Just straight briquettes. That gives you a little smoke flavor, but it'll also give you that experience. And then I like cherry for color and maple on my turkey. So, throw in a couple maple chunks. Not really the size of your fist, but cut that in half and then spread it out or something like that, like what we did here. Just a little bit. And then, by the time you get to your fourth turkey, you've got a dial because you know where you're at. And, hey, if I go one tiny bit too much, there it is. Most of the time, I don't even put wood in with my turkey. I use the hardwood lump, whether it's B&B, Royal Oak, or Cowboy. I use that, and that gives me just enough smoke flavor to where you're not burping smoke, and it's not overpowering. You still get the nice juiciness as you pull it at 160, and I smoked mine last Thursday. Used pecan. I didn't want to oversmoke it. Absolutely, pecan is awesome. But like I said, what I find is I use for turkeys, even chickens. It's mainly the wood that I use is mainly for color. I don't get like cherry will give off more of a reddish hue. Pecan and maple will give a little darker color, but I don't go crazy with it. How do you smoke them?
I use pecan and hickory. That's just my favorite wood combination for the turkey. I've got different woods that I like with different proteins. Like I always use apple and alder whenever I'm doing fish. Briskets, I'm usually doing oak and hickory instead of pecan and hickory. But anyway, for the turkey, that's just my favorite wood combination is pecan and hickory.
Okay. Pecan and hickory. Neighbor, like, what are you doing over here?
See, that little bit of time moving it over here to this side of the grill, it's already at 162.
Yep. I'm going to call these biscuits done because they're, even though that I'm not, that lid is holding heat, I'm going to say these are done. Yep. Now, I did think about how I was going to do this. And that was not it, said I. Okay. Move it over to here for a second. For 12.
And that color is already a whole lot better on this side of the grill too.
Yeah. And a lot of it's going to be where you put your, where all your heat's at, right? So. So you got a little bit of stickage right there, but that's okay.
And it's really only right there, which is definitely the hottest part of the grill.
Yep. Try not to burn yourself. But what happens? Well, that was my eyelashes. Payback, isn't it? There's our biscuits. Oh, they look good. There's your turkey.
There's the turkey.
Whoop. Don't drop them in there. Set it over here for you. Because I got the coals over there.
Yeah, I found out. So you just want this sliced up and this laid across?
Yep. Just slice it and lay it across. Looks good. Thank you. Ever rub a turkey with liquid smoke? And tell everyone. Oh, no. The only time I use liquid smoke, aside from a competition secret, is in sauces. That's really the only time that I do that. Let's see. That's hot. Here's that. I'll set this up over here. A little bit of ash on there, but that's okay. Yep. Where's the gravy? Well, I didn't do gravy. I thought about doing a like a cranberry barbecue sauce that I made about 7 years ago, and I just didn't get to it because I thought I would make it yesterday, and the wife would be really cool with it, and she really doesn't care. You won't need salt.
I didn't know what they were. There's no salt in Spam.
Yeah. Nope, it's just liquid sodium. Little activated charcoal. Where's the grape? Yeah. And I do use activated charcoal in my black rubs. That'll be a big thing in May. We'll do more black rubs in May. But these little gnats are all over the dang place. So,
no, I bet that cancer ribbon brand I had made for you, I bet it worked perfect on a piece of Spam.
it would. It would. You're looking at me like I need to go get it right now.
No, I'm just saying.
I'm like, I'll put it in the bucket for next time.
With the color texture here, I think that burn would show up really good.
Yeah. I can throw it in the bucket for next time.
No, we can use that in May.
So have you guys seen the mini toolboxes they were all the rage last year for Black Friday and stuff. Lowe's has them. Harbor Freight has them.
What, about the size of a tackle box or something?
Yeah. But they're toolboxes, and they have the lid opens up, and then there's two drawers, and then now they've got a a center cabinet that has 3 drawers. So then the one you got last year sits on top of this one. Cubs got one. We got her one from Janine. You got a spatula?
Yeah, but I didn't want to risk pushing them off. So I'm just going to take them and flip them.
Okay. Beggar King. Athens is the birthplace of King among men. Oh. Sometimes I mix a few drops of liquid smoke, Worcestershire, and soy with water and spray on the whole chickens on the grill. Okay. I've kind of gotten away from spritz, and I don't really see a big difference when I spritz. That's just me. I most of the flavoring that I do is post cook. Or like when I wrap. I'm trying to think of an instance where I do spritz, and I don't spritz anymore.
The only time I spritz is whenever I'm doing ribs.
And I don't. When I do ribs, I put them on. I'll check them in about 2.5 hours, and then it's, do I want to wrap or do I not? Do I need to? And most of the time, I'm good at just letting them go. I really like that part of it. So I'm really wanting to try this biscuit.
That one sticking out on you, huh?
Yeah, this one right here. Now they did get pretty fluffy. We did get good brownage on the bottom and on the top. So it was just enough coals. Oh. They're still piping hot in the center. So you got to throw one in your mouth. That's good. Holy crap. Just jealous. We've been in Athens. Don't know. I'm getting some, the sun's like right here, so I'm getting glare on that. But, yeah, I like mustard on my biscuits.
Really?
Yep. About the only time I use yellow mustard well, it is the only time I use yellow mustard, unless the recipe is on biscuits. Thank you, Sling Blade.
What Sling Blade got to do with it?
That's how he always had his biscuits. And I said, never tried that. So I'm not a yellow mustard fan, especially after you see how it's made. And you see everything that around there. Like when I was in Ohio, outside the mustard room where they would make mustard, the snow, like because of the vents, we had exhaust fans, the snow would be yellow. So it was like the exhaust fan, and it would go out like this, and it would be all yellow from pulling out the mustard gas. Or whatever you want to call it. These are pretty good.
I like mustard, but I like it on Spam. I like it on my hot dogs and cheeseburgers.
Every now and again on a thick bologna sandwich. I take it back. On a thick bologna biscuit. Don't really care for it on a sandwich, but sometimes I do like it on white bread.
Like if I'm having a sausage biscuit, I'll put mustard on the sausage. But just a regular biscuit, I don't put mustard on it.
So those are really good.
They are.
Charlie has a specific method for creating yellow snow. I can only imagine. But I don't want to think too hard about it. let me grab. I'm going to cut this camera off. Let's see. There we go. Because we should be wrapping up soon. Got everything pretty much cooked.
Yep. The spam is ready.
Let's build a plate. Yellow snow reminds me of Charlie on warm summer days. Never had their mustard. Hickory Farm sweet heat mustard.
Oh, that is the best.
I don't know the last time I had a Hickory Farms mustard.
But every year we used to get the Hickory Farms little kit from the kiosk in the mall.
Yeah, we were talking about that yesterday.
Man, that was just the best mustard.
Wife and I were talking about that yesterday, about how we used to go to that kiosk and you would get the Hickory Farms
The summer sausage, the cheese. We always get the crackers too, but I didn't care about the crackers. I just wanted the sausage and the cheese. And the mustard.
Because we were at Sam's Club and they were talking, and then we saw the Hickory Farms box set that you could get.
Oh, they got it at Sam's?
Yeah, it was just a little box set. Oh, it's a goodie. You got the knife over there, I think. Cut one of them in half. I think we did all right.
That part of the plate is freaking hot.
That's where the coals are. Let's see. Lots of traffic on that road. Horseradish, mustard, and Dijon. Usually not a big fan of sweet.
I can't stand horseradish.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, sorry, you guys. I didn't even realize that.
What?
The camera shifted, and they thought Rusty fell over. There, is that better? There, that's better. Not quite where I want it, but it'll be fine. We're ending anyway. grill marks on that. I know you guys can't see that. I'm sorry. All right, well, there's our plate. It's our dinner. So, what do you think of the grill?
I like it. It's really small. And using it last week and this week, I see it's actually taking more coals than I would anticipate it would for such a small unit.
Okay.
So that's the only thing that I've noticed in the 2 times that we've used it. But I think it's a pretty good addition to the arsenal.
Yep. Arsenal. Ooh. Yeah. What, did you like the Chefstemp?
Yeah, I liked it after I figured out the reason I had dashes was because I was moving it to a different probe that didn't exist. But I mean, having the the temperature was right there. The beat force let us know.
I need to pull those pieces off. And this turkey is not dry.
Not at all.
Like I'm halfway through my piece. Not dry. And it does have the... This was the oven roasted gravy or whatever. So it tastes like stovetop without the dressing, without the stuffing. What's mukbanging? Oh, one of my favorite sandwiches is the Hickory Farms mustard. Tony Paco's Cracker Barrel sweet ham. Dang, James. That is, you like have to get a whole bunch of stuff for that one. Mukbang or video. Oh, yeah. Also sounds kind of sketchy. But I mean, we can mukbang this, I guess. I do really like these marinated ones because they give you that flavor without adding any sauce. Like you don't have to add a sauce to it. Like I laid out. I've got turkey breasts laid out, the same thing, but the original, so they don't have a sauce on them. Laid out for the wife this week. Because like I said, the kids don't want turkey, but she does, so I'll cook her up a couple turkey breasts, and that way she has them. I saw another little meme. It had a turkey, and it says, "You just like me for my breasts." I was on Pinterest looking at turkey memes or Thanksgiving memes. It just that's just what came up. I didn't search it, but that's just what came up. But so what are your thoughts on? And of course, Tom, he likes it because he cooked it.
I like it just because I really like this marinade. This is one of the... Did somebody lose something off the car?
Probably.
But no, I only buy these whenever they're on markdown down at Food Line.
Yeah.
And they're just $5 for 2 breasts, and these are pretty good size. And the different flavors that they've got, I mean, I like them just because they're easy and they're already seasoned and just ready to go.
Mm-hmm. And they're tasty. I really like the biscuit. That biscuit turned out great. King's Hawaiian biscuits. Well, it's not King's. It's Hawaiian's, sweet Hawaiian.
Right.
Cooked in a Dutch oven. I like that. The combo with the pan and the oven, it fit really good.
Yeah. My son's favorite rolls are the King's Hawaiian rolls. And whenever he went to Hawaii with the band when he was in high school, they did the Pearl Harbor tour and all that stuff. But he took a picture, or had somebody take a picture. He was standing in Hawaii with a bag of King's Hawaiian rolls and sent it to me and Teresa so we could see he was having his favorite rolls in Hawaii.
You know, I was just thinking when you were talking about that is maybe we should do like a Cubano slider funeral sandwich. That'd be kind of fun. Because the funeral sandwiches, you do them in a big sheet pan, and then you pull them off as little sliders. But if we did the mojo marinated meat, the Swiss and the ham, and then poured the mojo on top or added it to the glaze or the dressing you put on top, I think that'd be pretty cool.
It'd be fun to make. I mean, me personally, I wouldn't eat it because first of all, I don't like Swiss cheese. I cannot stand that mojo seasoning. I actually threw away 2 large bottles of mojo seasoning because I got them. And whenever I was doing the barbecue for the high school, after they got back from their Hawaii trip, they wanted Hawaiian barbecue, and so they bought me all the mojo seasonings and stuff for me to do it. And I just think it's nasty. I don't like it, and I don't like Cubano sandwiches. I don't know if it's the corned beef or whatever. What is the kind of meat they're using?
Pork.
It's
a marinated pork one.
Then it's the marinade that's in it. Whatever. The mojo stuff. I just do not like it at all. And I see they'll make the Cubanos and they stick them on the panini press and press them down. That's just. I just don't like it.
So maybe this summer this spring I'll do that. Because I always think spring when I think Cubanos. I don't know why, but I do.
When I think of them, I just think of like Florida food trucks. And I don't know why Florida comes in unless it's just because it's proximity to Cuban, influence and stuff down in that area. But
I need to look for those Hawaiian biscuits. Yeah, check Wally World. I got them at Food Lion, but I think Walmart has them. But this turkey breast, this butterball, the oven roasted one is really good. This one we got. Made the funeral Cubanos for yourself. Make ham Swiss for Rusty. Yeah.
Ham American, not Swiss. Ham American.
If I do it, we'll do it. We'll do a mojo, and I'll probably have to do it on, myself. Man, that was good. I'd have to do it as a standalone video. But I don't know.
Now, on your probe here, isn't the black line supposed to be the ambient temperature side?
So
from right there to the head?
Yes.
Why did that not show up on here?
Because I don't have it turned on.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you're in the smoker, this will read the ambient, but it's also when you're grilling, you don't have your heat contained, so it's just going up, so it doesn't have time to read what's going on because it's constantly moving up, right?
Yeah, I just saw the ambient side had dashes, had no numbers on it, so
yeah. So if I put a dome over it, it should have read.
Okay.
Should have. I've not tried it because I use it on. You guys see, on my videos, I use it in the Weber kettle. I do have a link to Chefstemp products in the description, and there is a code. I don't know what it gets you off, 10 or 15%. But anyway.
Don't you think you want to know that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I probably should. There's only been one purchase made using my link, and it was myself. I just wanted to see if it worked. But
well, what did you buy yourself?
I bought an extra base.
Okay.
So now I have two bases that I can move so I have it set up on a drum and on the Weber. And then if I want to move to one of the other four grills, I can.
Swap the unit, take the unit off, and then move over. Okay.
Yeah. So I actually need about 3 more bases. So I can just constantly move them instead of having to undo the wing nut and all that. Are the Wednesday lives still going on? Not been notified. No, we Keto Mike had scheduling, and he got a notification that the paid version of StreamYard had gone up significant, and he's, we're not making enough on our lives to even cover the cost of
StreamYard
of the biscuits. So we just decided not to, and scheduling. He's got a lot going on at his house, and then now I've got a lot going on here, which is starting to tame down.
We could possibly start back up later.
We could, probably after the time change. I did a pop up on Monday. And I know we're well over time, but did a pop up Monday, which was interesting because I think if anybody watched, I talked about this young lady that I went to school with. Well, I found out about a half hour after the show that her grandpa had just passed away. Maybe that was the urge that I had to go live. I don't know. But something told me to go live, and I did, and I made her recipe, and then to find out that, her grandpa had just passed, it was kind of like a moment. But anyway, so that was kind of interesting. I found out, after the show, after I got everything cleaned up, my wife's like, "Hey, did you see this?" And I was like, "I've been on the show." No. And she was like, "Yeah, her grandpa passed away," and she posted it. Would have been either right before I went live or while I was live. I didn't get into the details of when that happened, but when she posted it. But it was just I guess something on my heart, and I had to, something told me to act on it, so I did. So we may be doing some more pop-ups here and there. Don't know. I've got plenty of videos that I want to do, that I've got stuff to do, but I just don't want to edit. I'm going to be honest. I just don't want to edit. So we may be doing some more pop-ups. Honey Badger seems to be doing really good. The time that he goes on, though, in the evenings, I'm going to be honest, 8 o'clock, I'm thinking bedtime.
Yeah, me too.
So that's because I get up at like 4 o'clock, 4:15 in the morning to start my day. So, but so that's where Wednesdays have been. Where they're going, I don't know. We'll find out, I reckon, later. And sometimes it is a challenge to find different things to cook. So I'm looking at doing more recipe, like old cookbook recipe type stuff, because I like that. Maybe not so much the taste test videos. Those are fun, but maybe some of the sometimes they're fun. We can get long-winded on them, and then it's like, what do we cut out? But if we're doing them on the live, and I know I keep rambling. we'll do a comparison cook of I got Cheetos mac and cheese.
Yeah, we used to get that.
I got a barbecue and a Cajun.
We got the regular and the what do you call it, hot fire or something.
Yep.
We tried those 2 kinds, but it's probably been a year ago.
Yep, I've had them for several months now, and I was going to do a cook video and make them and whatever, but now I'm thinking I might just do a live and just do it on a live where we set up and boil 2 things of water and go at it and whatever. So, but I don't know. So got some stuff in the works, because the other channel's still not taking off, but it's okay because I'm not looking forward to, people don't want to talk about cancer. But I don't know. That's a whole different topic. So, we've been on for an hour and 40 minutes, just shy of an hour and 40 minutes.
Oh, wow.
I know, it went pretty quick. So I'm going to get another biscuit, maybe some more Spam. Maybe.
Yep. You got 3 pieces left.
So we're going to get out of here. Y'all be safe. Have a great week, and
happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. There may be a pop-up this week. I don't know. We'll find out when. I don't know. Whenever.
Actually, we'll pop up. I'm cooking all my turkeys Thursday for everybody. Having all those turkeys going and people coming in to pick them up whenever they're done.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. You should. Just do a pop-up live and, you go StreamYard. You don't have to have subscribers, I don't think. But, all right, guys. Good cook.
Good cook, buddy.
I'm glad you're enjoying your new grill. Tom, I'm hoping that this sold you on whether or not this is a decent grill or not.
Yeah, and like I said, I paid $37 for this on Temu. Lee looked, and he's the cheapest that he could find. But last week was like $70-something.
I didn't look that hard, and I only went through Google. I didn't go to the app or.
And then whenever I went in, I pulled it up on my app and showed him it was $51 on my app now. So it's maybe gone up $20 or something. But for $37, I think it's a pretty good unit.
Yep. So, Honey Badger's going live at 11. Y'all stop in over there, say hi. We'll see where I'm at. I'll try to pop in. If not, I'll catch it on the rerun like I normally do. Well, let's get out of here.
Yeah, man.
Y'all remember there's 2 rules in cooking. Did you have fun? Did it taste good? Rock on. Y'all are awesome. Have a great week.
Have a great week, guys. Y'all be careful out there.
Yes, just be careful out there.